So this is part number 3 of the ethics and moral values of a plant-based diet. So without further ado, let us roll right in. So when you choose to go plant-based, not only are you making a better choice for your own health, but as well as the well-being of others. It's a much more compassionate route overall, and for the workers that work at these places. One problem when you eat animal products is you're supporting slaughterhouses and animal farming. And not only does it hurt the animals, I mean, there's a lot of videos you can see what happens at these factory farms and slaughterhouses. It's pretty horrendous. But one aspect people don't look at is the people that work there. A lot of times they're immigrants that come from places and they're very easy to be exploited, especially in third world countries where they don't pay a lot, they don't have a lot of rules and regulations, or workers' rights. They're really much exploited, almost to a point of slavery in some parts of the world. And pretty much they're working in unsanitary conditions, long, hard hours, and it's also draining both emotionally and psychologically. And a lot of these people, even in the Western world, such as the United States, people develop post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD symptoms, because every time you have to literally kill an animal, you're surrounded by death. I mean, no other way around it. That's what a slaughterhouse is. It's not a garden, it's a slaughterhouse. Now, not only is it emotionally and psychologically damaging, but it's also physically damaging. Because you see, when you work at a slaughterhouse or an animal farm or a farm factory, what happens is you're surrounded by machinery, sharp objects, and a lot of, liabilities. So you can get cuts, lacerations, and damages. Almost any, factory you work in, there's always these liabilities. So now, when we take a look at it, in the modern world or in the modern sense, we do not really need to consume meat no more. It's pretty much not helpful or beneficial other than taste. Maybe back then, back in the older days, way going past then, but even then, people, they mostly cultivated the land and primarily ate starches when they hunted time to time. But when you hunt something, you have to go out and kill it. I mean, there's work involved. You're not always going to be successful. And it takes a lot of time to prepare and everything, versus if you have a whole bunch of crops, it stays there. So when you cultivate the land, you can feed more people. Yes, it does take time to grow, but if you already had a little garden or a farm or land you cultivated, it was better off. But when there's no crops around, it's understandable. You hunt down an animal, you kill it just to survive. But in the modern sense, you don't have to do that. There's grocery stores, you can grow stuff yourself, supplements, everything you need you can get, and it's all purified. It's no longer necessary in the modern world. Now, another thing is there's a disassociation when you consume animal product versus how they're made. When you go to a grocery store, you already kind of see meat, as you know, it's prepackaged. It's a piece of steak. You don't see it as an animal that died and suffered, has been killed. You don't see the process behind it. A lot of people, when they see that, they get shocked at how gruesome it is, but that's the reality. It doesn't grow on trees or a plant. You literally have to kill a living being in order to get that steak or that meal. Some people are okay with that. They don't mind, they don't care about animals, but that's on you. But personally, a lot of people, they are animal lovers. Now, from my perspective, it is a bit hypocritical when you say or claim you're an animal lover, but you're very selective. You say, cats and dogs, these guys are our friends. We can keep them. Cows, sheep, pigs, whatever, lambs. You guys, you're just food, so you're not lucky. Better luck next time. You should have been born another animal. Now, in the West, we consider, cats and dogs almost a part of the family. It's like when someone hurts an animal, we get all big about it. What a horrible person. Even more so than if someone killed another person. We say, that's bad. You kill a dog or something, you're the worst, horriblest creature in the world. Yet, in some cultures or countries, they eat dogs or cats the same way as we eat cows, sheep, or other animals. However, you see kind of here we say, they're horrible, but that's part of their culture. Now, when you eat a cow or you eat a chicken, it's kind of the same way. It's another sentient being. But you don't see that way. You kind of see there's this little disassociation. One animal's life matters, the other animal's life doesn't matter. But the truth is, a lot of these animals, such as pigs and cows, they are sentient beings. So with a sentient being, when you try to take their life, they try to defend themselves or run away. That shows that they value their existence. Versus a plant, when you cut it down, it doesn't move. Or if it reacts in a certain way, it only reacts to an environment or due to temperature changes. It doesn't have a central nervous system. That means it doesn't sense any pain, so there's no suffering going into it. Versus an animal, it has to suffer. So when you choose plant-based, you're being much more merciful. And on top of that, we're human beings, we're much more intelligent than that. So we carry a bigger responsibility. We can make a better choice. Some animals might not understand that, hey, your actions cause pain and suffering to other beings. As humans, we can better understand that. So we have this choice, especially that we know how to get all our nutrition in. We don't have to go that route. Well, an animal does not know that, such as maybe a lion or a bear. I also see it a bit philosophical. When you eat another being, you shorten your own life. Maybe because, you take life from another being, you shorten your own life because of all the negative effects of aging and everything. So maybe that's the way life kind of created it. When you don't do that, you can prolong your life. Now, it's not my opinion. It's just the way I see it. I analyze it. That's kind of the picture I see. So now this concludes the 3-part video. And the whole reason, again, to recap why I made all of this was, one, to guys inform you, maybe open up your mind a bit more, understand why I don't recommend or eat any animal products, and why I advocate why this is a better route for both the environment, it's more merciful, more compassionate, and for your own health. If anything, for your own health, guys, this is just better. Remember, if you still consume animal products, I'm not even judging you. I feel it's not a smart choice, but it is your choice to make. So guys, what I encourage you to do is take a look down at my links below so you can actually follow up and do your own research on the topics. Provide links, but a huge thank you I want to say is to Dr. Michael Greger on nutritionfacts.org. It's a really wonderful nonprofit website that's full of great resources where you can actually get good, credible links to everything I said or things said, and a lot of things I haven't mentioned. I thought it would be a short video, but it's just an overwhelming topic. There's much too much to cover in this one video, and I'm not going fully all into it. I just want to provide the very basics. So definitely check it out. And as a final statement, like I said, I'm not judging you guys. I used to be a meat eater myself. Then I made a much better choice, changed my life, and now I want to share that with you. So it's always, again, it's up to you. If you still eat it, well, that's your own choice. So just remember these 2 things. Eat less cholesterol as little as you can. A plant-based diet has virtually 0 cholesterol. So that way you're all set. If not, just try to limit your meat consumption, your eggs and dairy consumption. So maybe find little alternatives. You don't have to give everything up completely. Just time to time. Find what works. But I'm saying the less you consume, the better off you will be. And another thing is increase your antioxidant content. Usually almost all vegetables and fruits have antioxidants. Now some have a lot more, like blueberries, acuberries, and amla Indian gooseberries. They're one of the highest antioxidant contents you can get. Also cloves, spices, the list goes on. But if you still eat it, at least when you include a lot of antioxidants, you're going to fight against a lot of these negative effects. But if you can't, give it up all completely. If you can't, I still understand. It's a journey. We're all on a few steps overcoming. But hopefully with more research, something might click. Be a revealing, kind of like an epiphany. You'll see the truth and you'll pick the better lifestyle. So guys, with that I leave you, and I wish you all an abundance of good health and a really wonderful day. So God bless you all and take care. Till next time.